So in the bottom corner, we're going to add in all the matter put in the universe from the start is all the matter we will have, but we can change it due to chemical reactions. Now, chemical reactions means we've created something totally different. So we have physical reactions. That means we change the way something looks. A chemical reaction takes and makes something totally new. So we're going to talk about chemical reactions today as well. So I'm going to give you a second, and if you need to pause this, pause and then write your notes. And then we are going to turn to a new page in our journal and start a new set of notes. And we are going to title this one Signs of Chemical Changes. Signs of chemical changes. We are going to start with, over here on this side, we are going to write down a big G, a big O, a big T, so got, and then the number 5, and then the letter C and P. So we call this got 5 CP. And what this stands for is gas, odor, temperature, and then 5 signs, color, and then precipitate. So got 5 CP. So these are all signs that a chemical change or a chemical reaction has occurred. For instance, if a gas is emitted in the form of bubbles, or you hear popping, which sometimes we call it sizzling, we know that a gas is being emitted. So talk about or think about opening a soda can. When we open that soda can, it makes that sound and then we have bubbles. Well, that is showing us that introducing oxygen to that soda is creating a reaction. And then I'm going to draw myself a little picture over here just to help me kind of remember what we're talking about. And I'm going to draw bubbles coming out of this beaker here with the word pop. Odor means you smell it. A new smell has been made. And when the smell is made, it's usually foul or stinky. The odor is not usually pleasant when we have a chemical change. And then I'm going to draw a nose over here. And stuff going to the nose with the word ew. And that's how I'm going to remember that one. The next one, temperature. We can have a rising temperature or a falling temperature. So we can have a reaction that is exothermic or a reaction that is endothermic. And these two mean opposites of each other. For instance, exothermic means heat leaves or exits the experiment. And when heat is exiting the experiment, it's going to feel hot to the touch. Endothermic means heat is entering, so it's being absorbed, and it's going to feel cold to the touch. So they're opposite of what you think they would mean. So up here for exo, we're going to draw a flask, and we're going to show arrows going away from it because this means the heat is leaving our experiment. So it's going to feel hot. So if you want to write hot in there real small, you can. And then next to endo, we're going to draw a flask. And we're going to show the arrows coming in to the flask. And that's going to feel cold to the touch. Skip the number 5 for a second. Let's go down to color. Now, when we talk about a color change, it needs to be distinct. Meaning, we went from clear to black. We went from red to purple. Something totally different. So right here next to clear to black, or next to distinct, we're going to say 2 plus, so 2 or more chemicals mixing together. And color changes. And I don't mean going, we make something pink with something white and it turns light pink. That's not the kind of color change. We're talking like this one. It went from clear to black. It went from black to green. It goes from yellow to pink. So an actual change in color. Now for the picture for this one, I like to draw 2 beakers pouring into another beaker. So we might have to do that over here under this one. So we're going to have what looks like 2 beakers pouring together into 1 beaker. And they turn black. And down here at the bottom, a precipitate. This is something you did learn in 6th grade, but you've probably forgot what it means. And a precipitate is when liquids mix and form a solid. So you go from 2 liquids to having a solid. Now, sometimes it may appear cloudy in the jar, or it might actually form solid pieces. So a lot of times when you see that it's cloudy, if you go to stir it, it's going to feel thicker than when you began. And for this picture, again, we're going to have 2 beakers. And they're going to be pouring into like a flask. and we're going to have solid particles forming in there. So 2 liquids make a solid. And let's go back up here to the 5 signs, because this is all 5 signs put together. So we have a gas. We have an odor. We have the color change. We have a temperature change, or a precipitate forms. So, all 5 of them put together makes GOT 5 CP. We're going to be using this information to look at chemical changes and reactions that happen every day. And next week we're going to have demo day, where we will see demonstrations that show us these changes. All right, so get that written down, and when you're done, we'll continue. All right, have a good day.